Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Vampyr. And we have a fatigue epidemic here at the docks, guys. We're going to go ahead and take care of that here in the docks and western docks, and then we're going to go talk to Rat Lady and also try and find the source of infection in the West End. Maybe the Rat Lady has something to do with it. But while we're doing that, we need to go ahead and talk to Miss Cox here. I'm hearing that slicing sound. I have no idea where it's coming from. I don't know who is doing any kind of slicing, but I'm not seeing it on the Vampyro vision. Well, maybe I am. Who is that? Have we met everyone here in the docks? Sorry, now I'm like all paranoid. No, there's one person that we have not met here at the docks. We may have to go check that out. But beforehand,
now everything seems under control.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reid. What do you want?
you have got a fever.
Can I offer you my medical help, Miss Cox?
Giving out for free? You'd make a poor businessman, Dr. Reid.
As you say that to the doctor?
Perhaps I would. Please, take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you. But don't expect me to owe you anything.
That's fair.
Can I see what you have to sell?
As long as you have money, I'll show you all I have.
Now then, I took an inventory of all the things that we currently need. And check this out. We've got some good handle parts here. We've got over 1,000 shillings. We might as well use them. We're going to go ahead and buy 2 handle parts and 5 rivets, which I know takes quite a bit, but you gotta bear with me here. And we've got some aluminum parts here. And is there anything else? Nope. I think we might be in good shape. There's also a lot of stuff that we can sell, too. Like, we can sell the good dagger, the used Prywen stake, the truncheon, the common pistol. Let's go ahead and do that. Just get rid of some of our garbage. I don't know, that good dagger looks alright. And we got this kind of stuff. That'll come in handy. We can break down the fork for aluminum parts. I'm not exactly sure how many, though. But the reason that I'm doing this is we can upgrade some of our weapons here, like right now.
The sewer dog's fault, they say. Then the gangs, the epidemics.
Let's go ahead and do that.
Everyone's throwing the blame.
I don't know how many more handle parts that we need for Dragonbane. We need 3. Well, we got the parts for it at least. Now, in terms of breaking stuff down, recyclable, we can get all the aluminum parts by breaking down those silver forks. That's good. Aluminum powder. Seeing if we have anything else here of interest. Glass vial. Nope. But with that, I believe we can go ahead and, with the 5 rivets that we bought, we can increase damage or increase shock at 5 stun points when projectiles reach their target, which is very cool. And that's a new thing for us, so I'm all for stunning them. And then we would need either sodium hydroxide or white phosphorus to get the incendiary damage or the chemical damage. I think I liked what we had already just with the improved firepower, though. Excellent. So all we need is 3 more good handle parts, and Dragonbane is upgraded and good to go. And we have the aluminum parts for the enhanced damage that we're looking for. Shiny. Now, let's go ahead and look at our brief. We need Stella, she's in the western docks. Martin, I forgot where they are. That's near Sean. Ichabod's near Sean. And Stella's near Sean. I am curious who was over here. We heard all that shanking and cutting noise. Oh, hello there, Seymour. Such a kind and considerate fellow. Oh, his mom's house is nearby. House call.
Good evening, Mrs. Fishburne. May I come in, please?
Of course. Dr. Reid. Best grow eyes in the back of that head, sir.
You have no idea.
What can I do for you, Dr. Reid?
Mrs. Fishburne, are you in need of any medical assistance?
I am afraid I am, Doctor. I don't feel well at all.
No worries.
Then let me give you a prescription.
I thank you for your generosity, sir. It's something this part of town truly needs.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne. Take care of yourself.
Now, who else did we have? I'm trying to remember. It's like I tend to forget the people that we met at the docks. I guess that might be part of the correct narrative to go about with that, though. And details. Can we... Oh, he's a merchant. Martin Nightingale. Because of the woman with the... Ah, okay. Well, we should have him... Yeah, he's in the Western Docks. Excellent. Well, let us go ahead and travel that direction. Still don't know where the shanking sound's coming from. I hate the fact that we're missing, like, one person. That always bugs me in games. And welcome to the Western Docks. Now then, I know that we've opened all the gates here. At least I'm pretty sure we have. Rogue Volcod. You know what? We're just gonna leave you be, friend. We'll go ahead and just let you be Rogue. You can be Gambit for all I care. Ooh. Rat.
I have this thirst for blood.
Good time to go ahead and get the tank up to full.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Okay, his... Oh, of course. Because we can't have nice things. Night Shelter's vicinity. I think this is the shortcut. Yep. That it is. Enid's right there. Where is Martin? Okay, Martin's down there. Now, do you have any good handle parts?
Good evening, young man.
There's no need to call me that, Dr. Reid.
And who is that right behind you?
Show me what you have to offer then, Mr. Nightingale.
Common. You've got rivets. Nothing I need. Alright.
Good evening, young man.
There's no need to call me that, Dr. Reid.
Young man, do you require medical attention?
I don't like asking for help, but I don't want to be one of those poor sods dying in the streets.
There's no shame in asking for help, especially when you are in desperate need of it. Here, take this. You should recover in no time.
Thank you, I suppose.
You're welcome.
Goodbye.
Now, who... Oh, it's Rodney. Hello, Rodney. It's been a while since we've seen him. Actually, can we talk to Rodney?
I'll find you some.
Good evening, sir. I'm glad to see you safe.
I am not safe. I should never have come back here. My life is in danger. I know it.
You're much safer here than in that contaminated area.
Bullets kill people quicker than diseases and epidemics, Dr. Reid.
Yeah, I don't think we've actually had a chat with him.
What can you tell me about this district?
The East End Docks only knows one rule. Dog eat dog, and blood calls for blood. The gang will have their revenge on me one way or another.
What can you tell me about the locals?
Most people would say that Sean Hampton and Tom Watts are good men who try to sort things out. But for me, the real boss around there was my best friend, Jack Gillingham.
Jack Gillingham, you say?
Everyone round there knew Jack. He was a rock. A mountain even. He feared nothing.
Your friend Jack has something to do with you fleeing to the contaminated area where I found you. I want to know more.
Jack is dead. That's all you need to know. Dead because of me. So much violence. So much sorrow. All of that because I refused to be insulted again.
Take responsibility and stop hiding?
No man can predict the exact outcome of his actions. It's the curse we have to live with. We can only gamble and do what we think is best.
Perhaps you're right. The district was doomed before I was born. But I cannot stop myself thinking that Jack died for me.
Why do you say that?
After I killed that gang member, the Wet Boot Boy suspected Jack. And being loyal and all, he did not refute the accusation.
Oh, that's what happened. Okay.
The death of your friend has affected you deeply, hasn't it?
Jack Gillingham was the real deal. He believed we could change the world if we were united and focused enough. And he brought out the best in each of us.
You're right. He died to save you. That alone gives me an idea of the kind of man he was.
He was the bravest. And no one dares to say openly that he got killed by those bastards.
Jack took a bullet, literally and figuratively. But
Your friend's plan was audacious, if not reckless. No one stands up by themselves to a gang like the Wet Boot Boys.
How dare you say that? You never met him.
You are not going to spend the rest of your life hiding, Rodney. What are you planning to do?
Honestly, I have no idea. How am I supposed to live while so many have suffered because of me?
Only you can answer that question. But one thing is certain. Since you owe Jack your life, I think it's fair to live it in a way that would make him proud.
That's the kind of thing Jack could have said, Dr. Reid. Thank you for that. I believe you're a good guy too.
I try. Did we just max out his blood quality? Yes, we did. Good, good, good.
Goodbye, Mr. Grader. Take care.
Alright. I'm hearing a lot of banging. That might be from a skull or something. Now, where's our resident vampire hunter? We've got... I saw two people walking around. There's Lottie. That could be Sean walking around too, actually.
Glad to see you again, Mr. Reid.
Do you need my medical attention, Miss Paxton?
I can keep going, Dr. Reid.
Of course you can, Miss Paxton. But I wouldn't recommend it. Please, take this. You will feel better.
Thank you, Dr. Reid. Thank you. Really.
Alright, good deal.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
Yeah, there's Sean with his 6,000 blood quality. Delicious. We won't find out, though. We're denying ourselves the plasma pleasures. I suppose that's the term for it. The question is, where did the vampire hunter go? He was hanging out around here. Maybe he's moved on. We'll find his body in a ditch somewhere. He decided to go against the real thing, and the inevitable happened. Alright, well, let's go ahead and travel. Oh. Well, that happened. Down you go. Just gonna start using my claws when I'm fighting those things. Tit for tat kind of thing. Well, wait, we have to find him. Like, he is here in the docks somewhere. And I don't want him to get worse, because I assume that's what happens to them. Okay, Rodney, they're all in there. They're all recovering. Great. I'm going to spend all of this episode trying to find a poser vampire hunter. Enid, I don't think those are nice people. Pariah Chaplain, those are definitely not nice people. Maybe he shows up a little bit later. That would actually make sense with his kind of motivation, because we saw him at the regular docks and then found him here in the western docks. Might have to track him down off camera. Hey, Sean?
Come now, Lottie. There is still much work to do.
Ooh. Aluminum powder. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and take off. We'll find him a little bit later, I'd assume. And worst comes to worst, I'll do a little bit of backtracking. So we gotta get the show on the road. Got a rogue scowl on the other side of the wall. Welcome to the North Dock. Nowhere to teleport. Someone having a scrap? Yeah, we'll just sneak by here. So we don't have to worry about it. And the West End. Ooh, actually, while we are here, I believe the wife, Venus Crossley, is right next to us, so we might as well go ahead and have a chat with her before we go see Rat Lady. Maybe she can give us some further ideas about what's going on.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Jonathan, is that you? I did not know you were back in London. Oh, my dear Johnny. I'm so sorry for your loss. Mary was such a sweetheart.
Thank you, Venus. May I come in?
I was going to bed, actually.
Well then.
I'm sure you can spare me a few minutes. For old time's sake.
Of course you may enter, Jonathan.
That is so handy. Reminds me of Kilgrave from Jessica Jones.
They were such a beautiful family.
She has kind of a 1920s vibe going, like a prerequisite. Alright, well, before we talk to you, we shall raid the house for things. Codeine.
I know that you are always welcome here, but at this hour of night...
Sorry, I don't really have other hours to spare you. It's kind of my cross to bear. Ink pens? Ooh. Gonna raid the silverware drawer.
At least you survived the Great War. I feared the worst.
And let's see what's upstairs. See that someone's a hunter. There's a deer head there. Ah, this is where the magic happens. Oh, it's even got a tub nearby. More opium. I'm sensing a theme here. Codeine. The death box. Venus's journal. 9th of July, 1918. I spent the last day and night crying tears of joy. I did not know bliss could be so painful. My Clarence just wrote me. He's back from the war alive and unharmed. He'll be at home in 2 weeks. Thank you, God. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see my beloved husband again. 14th of... so a little over a month later. Clarence's attitude still worries me. He's not the same since he came back. The first few weeks I thought it was just the necessary adjustment period, but his behavior seems to be more and more erratic. Nowadays he spends all his time outside, day and night, searching for evidence. He does not care about the flu. He does not care about me. He's starting to frighten me. 21st of September. I can't believe this. Clarence has spent half of his pension to print some stupid leaflets he now wants to freely give away in the neighborhood. People are starting to laugh at me. Oh, so he's the one who was handing out those vampire leaflets. Not the vampire hunter, because I knew there was someone else doing that. Now he wants to organize some public lecture in a recently closed theater to warn people about the presence of evil creatures in London. Free entry, of course. My husband may have come back unharmed from the war, but I'm afraid he's lost his mind over there. 24th of September. Clarence just confessed he has not spent half of his pension, but all of it, plus some of our savings. Paper and inks cost so much because of the war, he said, but it is a cost we must pay. People openly mock us now. I don't know what to do. 5th of October. Today the butcher, Mr. Galway, sent me the monthly fee and requested payment in full. He also told me he now demands to be paid each time we buy some meat from his shop. No more credit. The baker asked the same 2 days ago. First I thought it was a new policy because of the restrictions in the epidemic, but it seems my friends still have financial arrangements from the same shop. I was so ashamed I could not speak. 8th of October. We can't keep on like this. Clarence is completely mad. He's spending all the money we have, and I don't see how to stop him. Sometimes I wish he did not come back from the war. Ugh. Gonna have to have a chat with Clarence and be like, dude, you need to realize what you have. Ooh, the lost library. Do vampires have allies among the living? Yes, they do. They call themselves the Brotherhood, and they serve their immortal masters in many ways, probably in exchange for privileges and knowledge. Somewhere in London is the seat of their power, where their secret council conspire against us. I call it the Lost Library. It is a place where these traitors gather many occult and lost books. I personally offer £1,000 to the first who can give me proof of the existence of this library and its exact location. Clarence Crossley. For more information, contact me directly. He doesn't have £1,000 to give. How's he going to get out of that mess? Okay, well, I think I see the situation, ma'am. Let's go ahead and have a chat. And see how despondent you are.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Venus.
So you returned from the war in one piece too. Thank God. My Clarence is back home too.
How is the old rascal?
Probably outside, chasing ghosts and chimeras. Clarence has changed a lot since he returned from the war, you know.
How have you been since the last time we met? How long has it been? 3 years now?
I've done my duty, like all British women. You have no idea what it was like to wait for months without knowing if I'd still be a wife or a widow.
I understand. Luckily, this part of town has been saved from the worst of the bombings, from what I've seen.
Yes, and it's also true about the epidemic. The flu has killed here too, of course, but not on such a large scale as in other parts of town.
Have you noticed anything peculiar about the neighborhood recently?
You mean except for your return to town? No. Oh, and again, Jonathan, please accept my condolences for your sister.
I like that headpiece that she's wearing. It's very Roman.
Thank you, Venus. It was so sudden, and I've been so busy, I haven't spoken to anyone about it.
I wish I could have assisted at the funeral, but, you know, it's been so quick. And what with the epidemic in the streets?
There's no need to apologize, my dear. It's normal, considering the circumstances.
No, it's not. I am sure that Clarence has not even thought to present you his condolences. He is too busy with his penny dreadful stories.
I was hoping for a Penny Dreadful reference.
Why is my return so surprising?
It's more an unexpected happy end than a surprise. You and Clarence, back from the war. You have no idea how hard it's been for me.
One hunts monsters and one is a monster.
Venus, why do you worry so much about your family's reputation?
Everyone laughs at Clarence now. And they avoid me because they believe I share his insane opinions. I'm a leper in my own community.
Alright, so the Crossley family are pariahs. Oh wow. Hint required? Okay.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
The McPhersons. I heard they locked themselves in their own house.
They could just be afraid of getting sick.
Perhaps you're right. But if I were you, I'd pay them a visit. A big house, reachable through a courtyard, to the north of the railway bridge.
Alrighty.
Goodbye for now.
Oh, wait a minute.
What do you need from me, Jonathan?
Do you need my medical attention?
No thanks, Jonathan.
Okay, fair enough.
Goodbye for now.
We will go ahead and leave your recently ransacked house.
At least you
Shame about
survived
that.
the Great War. I fear.
So everything's leading... Well, oh, actually, that's leading right there. Reach the second source and the first source. Neat. And it doesn't look like she's doing anything that we can... Oh, there's Kimura.
They're all around you, waiting for you to let your guard down.
Now, before we do that, though, let's head to the shop. We need to go ahead and see if we can get some good handle parts.
Die too in this war.
Knock, knock. How many do we need? We needed... good handle parts. I think we need 2 more. 2 or 3.
Good evening, Dr. Reid. A great night, what?
I may have a look at your goods, Mr. Russell.
Good handle part? Yes. Excellent. We'll buy both of those. And do you have anything? You have opium. That's something, I suppose. Good trigger part, good tiny handle part. Well, that's most of our shillings done with. Let's go upstairs and see if we have enough. I don't remember if it was 6 or 5. Avoid any awkward conversations with Mother. Was it 6? Ah, dang it. So close. And yet so far. I'd really like to see if we could get into Mary's room and see if there was anything in there that we could utilize. But I think that's going to stay locked tight. Besides, if we did do that, who knows what Jonathan's mom would do. Okay, Crossley, let's go ahead and talk to you.
Support the equality between men and women.
Good evening, old chap. Are you all right?
I won't lie to you, Johnny. I'm not a well man.
And we already asked him about the infection. And I thought we got a hint for him.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
Alright. Well, I guess we will talk to the gentleman that we saved.
We meet again, Mr. Kimura, in a more peaceful situation.
Dr. Reid, still visiting London by night?
We must both be nocturnal animals, you and I. After your captivity, I thought you'd be more cautious.
Breathing the cold night air helps calm my mind, sir. I've had the most frightening nightmares since I escaped that filthy jail.
How is the situation in the West End?
I've heard rumors about armed men patrolling and fighting infected citizens in these very streets. I was lucky they didn't shoot me when I was abducted.
May I ask you what you do for a living, Mr. Kimura?
I was a landlord. A wealthy one. And not a very kind one, I realized recently.
Why this sudden epiphany? Is it because of your near-death experience?
I was already feeling nostalgic about Weymouth, my hometown. With recent events, I'm thinking about going back there.
That's understandable, and at least you realize that you were a bad landlord, unlike other people, like the dude in Whitechapel.
What can you tell me about your abduction?
If you really want to know, I was locked in that building for 3 or 4 days. My jailer was insane, mumbling about sacrifice and voices.
What did he say about voices?
He constantly whined about the voice of his master, ordering him to do terrible things. He wanted to silence the voice by offering blood. My blood.
Yeah, I understand. I have that same problem.
And why didn't he sacrifice you?
That was the weirdest part. He claimed to spill blood was not enough. It had to be done when some stars were aligned.
Which stars?
That's the whole point. He wanted me to talk to him about some Red Queen configuration or constellation. I've never heard of such an astronomical term.
Ooh. Interesting.
Why are you so nostalgic for your hometown, Tadao?
I was focused so much on making money, I almost forgot that my relatives and friends are threatened by this epidemic.
Have you heard anything from your family?
I was not only a bad landlord, I was also a bad husband. I've not seen my wife and son for years. Busy, busy, busy.
At least now you're ready to go back and see them. But don't be surprised if your son bears a grudge, sir.
You make it sound like you suffered from an absent father yourself, Dr. Reid. Well, I'll keep your warning in mind.
Indeed.
Have you no friends at all?
Over the years, I'm afraid my greed turned me into my friend's adversary, while I became friends with my professional rivals.
Those you grew up with didn't share your views on money and success.
Would you believe I was once a member of poetry circles and an astronomy club? We were young, such joyful dreamers then. But I stopped laughing long ago.
Getting older will do that. You gotta remember to keep on smiling every so often.
Can you change? And is it what you really want? If so, it must come from within, not without.
I've seen what an altruistic gesture can do. Nothing forced you to save me, Dr. Reid, but you did. I will follow your example in these matters from now on.
Wow.
There is no need to thank me. Rescuing a London citizen should not be out of the ordinary, though I'm afraid it may appear so in these difficult times.
You did not only rescue me, you fought for me. You put your life in danger to save me. That's quite extraordinary.
How will you cope if you're attacked again?
I don't know. I've heard about these men and women who patrol the West End every night, chasing criminals like my abductor. Maybe I should join them.
Awkward. I would hope not.
Tell me, Tadao, why was your abductor so interested in your passion for astronomy?
I dunno. We met a few times at the Royal Greenwich Observatory. He seemed to share my hobby. Then he invited me to his house and locked me in.
Yes, astronomy is a fascinating subject. When I was a child, my mother bought a small telescope for my sister and I. We spent many a pleasant evening stargazing.
Stars are not just dots in the sky, Doctor. They are the key to our understanding of the cosmos. They remind us how insignificant we are.
You're right. But children love magic and stories. I remember our mother told us constellations have the power to protect us.
Protection by the light of the stars. That's sweet. You remember the name of these constellations?
Pegasus, Draco.
Cygnus. The constellation that was supposed to protect Mary.
Memory's a strange thing. I can recite without hesitation the names of the 88 constellations, yet I barely remember my own childhood.
It's weird how that can happen.
Did he fake his interest in astronomy to get close to you?
No. In his madness, he spoke about a blood sacrifice to be made to his master when the stars aligned to a specific configuration.
They trying to wake Cthulhu? Because that would be interesting. And we have maxed out his blood quality.
Goodbye, Mr. Kimura. Take care.
Well, we have one kind of good...
I forgot what it feels like.
Good ending, maybe? I don't know. But alright guys, we will go ahead and end it here, and we will pick it up next time, and I promise we'll talk to the rat lady soon. But if you liked it, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.